Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back and thanks for tuning in. As you can see, it's evening here and I have the Fimi Mini version 2. I'm sure everyone wants to know how this camera films in evening, low light, so let's start a screen recording. And back into the Fimi Navi Mini app, where it's saying ready to go. We now have GPS 12 satellites, so let's start recording. And auto takeoff. Okay, so up we go. Actually, I'm going to leave it sit and hover for 3 or 4 seconds here, guys. Make sure it is nice and stable. Okay, up we go. Give you guys a view of in town there. I find the image looks pretty soft. Now this sensor is supposedly, it's supposed to allow a lot of light in, and it is picking up in town on the camera there. Not too bad, but it's pretty dull. It's not, if I brought my Autel out, but that's not really a comparison because the Autel has a really good camera. If I brought the Mini 1, the version 1 out, I don't think that one films this good. So it does look okay, but it would remind you sort of a black and white picture. You guys will see what I'm seeing anyway. It may even look a little better on the SD card footage, so we'll find out when I get this in the house. Let's climb here. We're only at 110 meters. Get it up to almost 400 feet here. There we go. Actually, sorry, that's max out. That's maxed out right there, guys. So let's turn it. I have the strobe light on. You can see it's pretty dark over this area. That's the Ferris's Hill area. And this is up the hill. You can see the street. Yeah, it's not the greatest for low light. Not the greatest at all. I'm just above my home right here now. We can barely make out a lake out there. I can see it. You guys may not be able to, but I know where the lakes are. That's why I'm picking it out. But yeah, it's okay, guys. It's not the greatest. You guys can see all the lights in town there. The ferry. Let us see what we can do here. Exposure value. If we bring the exposure up. Hold on. Plus 1.0. 1.3. It doesn't seem to be changing the exposure. That's all the way up plus 3 and it's not making any difference. Let's bring it back right to 0. Yeah, the exposure isn't making no difference whatsoever. Now at least we can see those lights in there, so that's somewhat of a bonus. I mean, there are drones you could bring out and it wouldn't even pick this stuff up. But yeah, guys, I had a very hard time with the cables. I'm now using an OTG cable I purchased from either Ali or Amazon, and it's working. But I just had a terrible time with the original cables. It was having disconnection and wouldn't connect with those cables. So I took them out and put this one back in, and the drone is working again. But I also had one boot where it wouldn't accept this cable either. It wouldn't give me a FPV feed. So I don't know there. And I had the same issue with the version 1. And I haven't had it since though, since I've used this newer cable. But this one, like I said, it just gave me the one startup there where it wouldn't even recognize this cable. And I tried maybe 5 cables. I have quite a few different OTG cables. So I've got clear line of sight of that drone, guys. I've got the strobe light on the back. I can tell exactly where it's at. I'm not even out of my yard yet. I don't really want to fly over everybody's property here in the neighborhood. But I wanted to get this out and show you guys what the nighttime filming is like. And I'm not sure if I mentioned in my previous video, the review video of this, but the old batteries do work in this drone. I have tried them. It's booted up absolutely fine with no issues. There you guys can see the highway and the cars coming. So let's stop recording and maybe we'll do a time lapse here. Let's put time lapse on. Let's make it probably 5 seconds, I guess. And we'll start recording. Actually, I turned that time lapse on. The video has gotten brighter. You'll see that now, guys. Everything lit up a lot more. So possibly a little bit of firmware updating will correct this. But it absolutely looks really, really good now, taking this time lapse. It's that cold out, I can see my breath. See that? It's pretty chilly, guys, for the end of April. So it's just slowly turning them around while it's taking this time lapse. Give you guys a little view there. I know you can't see too much except for lights, but you'll see those cars going across the highway and the 18-wheelers heading into the ferry. And once I turn around towards Brodeur here, you should see a lot more lights out that way. That's down the industrial park and Sydney Mines area. If we follow that highway, it leads out to Brodeur. I've just got this one car, following this one car out. The area we're looking at now has the local RCMP station. I think it's like the 2nd or 3rd building there. And there's a Brodeur area, guys. I'll pan up just a little bit here. There we go. And then we'll turn back the other direction. Trying not to turn too quickly for you guys. But it does look pretty good when you have it on the time lapse. But normal filming, it looks really... What's the word I'm looking for? Not the best. Everything is very light looking and not very bright, guys. But this looks pretty decent. From my FPV feed, it looks decent anyway. I'm sure it'll look a little better on the SD card. Let's bring the drone down a little. Still filming that time lapse, so as it's coming down. And I want to go ahead because I'm right above my house right now. And now we want to come to the left. That camera up just slightly. And there we go, guys. So yeah, it actually looks really good like this, taking this time lapse. Really, really decent. So hopefully they fix it in future firmware update. I'm actually going to take this in and see what the update is that's available now, and we'll give it a firmware update and see what happens. So just hopefully they don't mess with this camera too much, guys, because we know when Fimi goes and messes with the camera, they absolutely mess it up. And the camera looks really decent right now. So hopefully they fix the problems that we're having and not create more. So that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video tonight. If you're new to our channel, please consider subscribing, leave a like and a comment. Make sure those notifications are on, guys, and peace out. Catch you in the next one.